Hello, all benders and non-benders, and welcome back to Avatar Generations. And today, we've got something very special to show you in the world of Arena right now. The meta has been flipped on its head by the most unlikely of characters. I'm going to start out here. We're just going to do cold open here. Start up an Arena battle. You'll notice my team here. A modest power ranking compared to the enemy here with a very standard Kyoshi team, with a nice Moonslayer Zhao mixed in and the Kel Song, of course. Kyoshi has started to fall out of favor a little bit in Arena, but there are still plenty of teams that will put her to good use, and this is one of them. So let's just take a look here at what we can do. We do have the opposing side here. Now then, if you notice, my entire team's going first. Why is that? We'll talk about that in a second here, but let's just kind of show you what this team can do. Massive strike from good old Goro there. Kyoshi's trying to fight back, fighting the good fight over there. He lives. Then we slam and jam, of course. He's done. Getting some bulk there, always good. Doing a combo just to make sure that everybody involved falls in battle there. And just like that, before they've even gotten a chance to strike, they are 2 down. 2 down already. The Janzu here is fighting the good fight, but it is not going to matter in a second. Kyoshi is down with a massive strike from Goro, and then the final blow with a truly devastating strike from Zhao. What just happened there? Do you know? Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but we're going to talk about it. The biggest meta play you can possibly do in the game right now revolves around a relic. The relic from the My Honored Guest events, the Warden's Tower. At base level, decreases the speed of all enemies by 30% for 2 turns, and increased turn bar from all allies by 15% when you enter a positive state, usable by officer and defense characters. They have to be both an officer and a defense character. Why am I talking about that relic? It's the main relic of the Warden, obviously. You didn't see the Warden in that fight. Oh, there is somebody who can use it dramatically more effectively than the Warden. Let's talk about Captain Bo Quinn. My Captain Bo Quinn was neglected for the longest time. I don't even have his skill mastery up very high. But you will notice he is an officer and a defense character. And if you take a look at his passive here, he enters a fortified stance at the start of battle. That triggers this relic. That means at the start of battle, you not only decrease the enemy's speed, which does not check resistance by the way, you decrease their speed and increase your own team's turn bar by at base 15%, which still works, and then maxed out here you do get 25%, but even that 15% is a truly immense way to start the fight, especially considering you're also nuking their speed on top of that. Your entire team basically will have the opportunity to strike unless the enemy has this relic as well. But also, of course, if you're going to use this, you want some heavy hitters. Let's bring in the brothers here, Goro and Joro. Goro over here does some truly devastating damage with his advanced and his basic. He also does the volatile stance from his advanced here, which just makes him do even more stuff and can make him counterattack. He can wipe out an enemy in one strike from the beginning of the game. That team was actually pretty good in terms of bulk. But I have seen it where he can just wipe a team off the map turn 1, no questions asked. Then of course we have Joro. Joro not only makes the entire team very bulky with his contingent stance, but man actually deals some damage with Light the Way after the fact. He pumps out some serious damage, and then he has his Composed Reprisal, which does increase his own stats and the stats of others as well. Again, a nasty character. And then to top it all off, of course, is the premium Firebender damage dealer, Moonslayer Zhao. I probably don't even have to explain, but with Moonslayer Zhao, he does incredible damage that ignores defense, and then whenever he puts somebody down, you get this red moon that pretty much makes it so that the target takes more damage, and Zhao cannot die. So even if he's getting hit by powerful AoEs, or maybe the front line did fall, he is staying alive. Not even talking about the fact that all of this damage is being boosted by Boquin's skill mastery in the front line, because his mastery level 2, probably his best one, increased damage of all allies by 15% when casters in the front line. So all of these devastating Firebenders and Fire Nation soldiers, they're doing even more damage with him in the front line. That is the meta at the moment. It is nuts. Now, you'll kind of notice here, I do have some losses and I do have some wins in the old attacker field, but my defense has actually been pretty solid too. Take a look at the stats here. It's actually shot up to a 43%, which for defense is nothing to sneeze at. Usually the AI can kind of flop it every now and then, but that is nothing to sneeze at. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to challenge kind of this very similar team, only they have the Warden as opposed to Captain Boquin. We're just going to get into this here. This team, the Warden is a fantastic character. The Warden is a very, very good Firebender support character. He can do stuns, he can make the whole team bulkier against critical attacks, and of course being able to throw around invincibility is no small thing. The kicker, though, that makes Boquin such better usage of the relic is the Warden does have to take a turn. He does not get that stance at the beginning of the battle, whereas Boquin does. That is really what's selling the team here. And then right out the gate there, the opposing Goro is done. That also reminds me, something I did not mention is that this stacks with a very powerful relic in the form of Beach Umbrella. Because if you remember here, this will increase the turn bar of all allies by 15% whenever a character is defeated. Goro just put down the opposing Goro. That means my team just got even more turn bar. They're just... It's such a crazy snowball effect of turn bar that is completely unstoppable unless the enemy has got some serious damage in their corner. And now the Warden's going to do his thing, but of course, half the enemy team's been killed over here, so it's probably too late. But that is okay. We're just going to get in here. He does. The invincibility was there, but it's gone now. Is that something I did? Did I do that? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where his invincibility went, but that can stick around and be a problem. I don't know if maybe one of the effects I have got that removed. But you'll notice, especially once the Beach Umbrella starts triggering, Zhao does some nuts damage. He really does some crazy stuff there. I have seen it to where he can get, on a really good end of the game strike, he can get it up to like 500,000. Let's see here. Yep, see, 412,000 right there on a critical strike. I don't care how bulky you are, ain't nobody coming back from that one. Ain't nobody coming back from that one. Now, okay, to put it in a more realistic way for the average player, this team is interesting. Because it's a combination of hyper free-to-play and hyper pay-to-play. Because if you look at the team, it's three powerful opponents. It's Boquin, it's Goro, it's Joro. And of course, Goro has their signature relic. Joro has the Beach Umbrella, which was available for free in the event. And Boquin doesn't even need skill ups to be good. So from that regard, it's very free-to-play friendly. On the other hand, we're looking at a maxed out Zhao here just for the fun of it. Maxed out Zhao is by far the best option for the team. That's just, there's no substitute. However, there are budget options. If you wanted to go with a budget option here, Captain Masaru is a fantastic character here because he can unleash the rank 2 fire elements that make the enemy take more damage, and then a devastating strike that, again, does ignore defense. He's basically budget Zhao. And he does have a death save built in, so that's not a bad thing either. He is fantastic. Pirate Man is great if you want an AoE character with a little more bulk. He very often goes into his covering stance even when he's attacked, so that can be good as well. If you wanted a Waterbender maybe with Spirit Amulet to give Goro or Boquin an extra save, you don't really need to, but you can throw in Katara, and the Blue Spirit is fantastic as well just for damage. So basically this back slot can be used for any powerful DPS character. So if maybe you don't have Zhao, or Zhao isn't pumping out enough damage for you, you can swap him out with a DPS character that you have that is good. But we're going to finish this up here with tackling the king here, good old Hobo Farts. Hobo Farts is a titan in the North American server here, but we're going to see if we can make him Hobo Farts in the wind, because we have got a challenger here. Now you'll notice he has the Boquin too. He's figured out the sauce. And this is a nasty way to do it, because if I'm correct here, both Boquin and the Warden have that all-important Warden's Tower, making it extremely difficult to deal with and making it a terrible start for me. So, that is what we're at here. I believe... Oh, stun on the Goro. Hello, Warden Mastery, nice to see you. Yeah. This team is just nuts. If we take a look here. Ooh, got a tier 4 Warden's Tower on you. Oh my, Firelord's Throne maxed out on Zhao over here. And then another Warden's Tower there. A truly disgusting team. Truly disgusting. But Zhao don't care. Zhao don't care. You think Zhao cares? Zhao don't care. So we got some catch up to do here. He struck me down pretty good. He struck me down pretty good, but it's not over yet. It is not over yet. Okay, Masaru is angry. Hitting the heal on Boquin here. I don't know if we're going to be able to turn this around, but we do have the red moons around on everybody at the moment, so Zhao can take those punches. We just might get away with this, because even though the Warden does give quite a lot of bulk, it's just like, even then, Zhao does an immense amount of damage. It's insane. It is absolutely insane, especially if you do have Zhao's relic here, because of how it increases crit chance. Makes him a dream to build. Makes him an actual dream to build. And of course, it's kind of the other thing with Zhao that makes him so cost intensive is you do need to max him out in order to get that 4-turn red moon. But once you get that 4-turn red moon out there, whew, yeah, it does some work. It does some work. I mean, you'll even notice they've been slamming Zhao like crazy, and he's basically saved the game. Even though that did admittedly have a rough start, Zhao has basically just saved the game there, courtesy of that red moon. So this team can take on some big boys. This team can take on some really big boys. Now, it's not invincible. The single best way to take down this Boquin Warden's Tower team is another Boquin Warden's Tower team. I do want to highlight Timister here. He actually put up a video of a really cool clear that he did, where he basically slammed and jammed on me with Sokka here, and then the Blue Spirit. Like I said, the Blue Spirit is another great substitute DPS option. If you maybe don't have Moonslayer Zhao, Blue Spirit is very, very good. So that is the team. That's the meta right now. It's an interesting world we're in. An interesting world controlled specifically by turn meter. Let's just do a quick recap. Boquin, Warden's Tower, massive turn bar gain at the beginning. Joro, Beach Umbrella. Every time you get a kill, you get even more turn bar. And then Goro and Moonslayer Zhao just putting out massive damage numbers. So that is all we have for today. Let me know down in the comments below if you have encountered this team, if maybe you have adopted this team, or perhaps you have your own meta that you feel works good against this team. I would love to hear about it because I think this is going to be the way of the future for a hot minute. And I think in the future, you know, create the problem, sell the solution. In the future, I think we're going to get some turn meter blocking abilities because this isn't really a cheese. This is mechanically correct. And it would be a little unfortunate if they did a massive adjustment to the relic to kill it. I mean, even at tier 1 with the 15% turn meter, that still works. I mean, let me just go ahead and sell you on that one here. Even one copy works great. 15%, 25%, it's not a massive boost. 25%, obviously, if you want that peace of mind, but it still works fantastic. So I'll be very curious to see what they do in the future. They're probably going to sell a solution in the form of perhaps heavy counterattacks or turn meter blocking. I know the Warden kind of does that once he gets into his stance, but we shall see. But the end of the story is, yeah, if you want meta items and a meta character, Bo Quinn with the Warden's Tower is the way to go. And just to be fair, the Warden's no slouch either, so really highly recommend if you care about the meta, if you care about kind of doing well in Arena and kind of getting up to that rank, the Warden's Tower Summoning Banner is the way to go. It is fantastic. So that is all we have for today. If you haven't already, like the video and subscribe to the channel, helps me out a lot, and we shall see you next time. Have a good one.